Imagine this. You wake up on a hot, humid summer of July 1518. You hear the sounds of bare feet slobbering against the cobblestone streets. You step outside, and what you see is surreal. Your neighbors, your friends, and even your loved ones are dancing. There's no music, there's no celebration, there's just fear. They look terrified. They're sweating and stumbling around, and some of them cannot stop dancing. And a lot of them are dying. You might think that this sounds like some deleted scene from a horror movie, but this all actually happened over 500 years ago in a city called Strasbourg. This is also known as what we know now as the Dancing Plague of 1518 unfolded. This is one of the more stranger and disturbing medical events in our history. I've always been fascinated in the weird sides of history. After reading articles from the Smithsonian Magazine and journals like The Lancet, I have learned how much this bizarre event reveals about the mind, the body, and the world that we live in. It all started with a girl named Frau Truff, a lady who stepped in the street and began dancing and didn't stop for 6 days straight. Within that 6 days, she allowed 30 others to join her. Within a month, hundreds of people were dancing non-stop. Now, this was not joyful dancing. It was erratic, painful, and disturbing. Eyewitnesses said that people were crying from agony, foaming out of the mouth, and even collapsing from exhaustion. Some reports claim that 15 people died per day from heart attacks, strokes, or pure fatigue. While exact numbers relate more to the dozens, it's still terrifying. And what makes this even more terrifying is it lasted over a month. How did people react to fix this? At first, the local leaders thought maybe they just need to get it out of their system. So they built a stage in Times Square and brought musicians to keep the dancers going. Yes, you heard that right. They thought the solution was more dancing. But when people kept dying, authorities panicked. They shut down the music, and the sick were taken to shrines, especially the ones who believed it was Saint Vitus, a saint who punishes sinners with uncontrollable movement. To understand why people were reacting this way, we kind of need more context. At this time, Strasbourg was facing some serious stress, famine, disease, and deep religious fear. People believed that the gods and the saints truly were cursing their town. But real reasons why this might have been caused is 3 different theories. The first is ergotism. So ergotism is caused by eating moldy rye bread infected with ergot. Ergot contains chemicals similar to LSD. It causes hallucinogens, spasms, strange behavior, similar to what the dancers were showing. But this theory does have problems. Ergot usually causes people to seize or collapse, not dance in rhythm for days. The most accepted theory is going to be the mass psychogenic illness, which is also called mass hysteria. This happens when extreme stress causes physical symptoms in a group of people. In this case, people were so terrified of being cursed by St. Vitus that their minds made their bodies act out of fear through uncontrolled dancing. We've seen smaller versions of like this today, like people fainting in public or sudden panic attacks in school. The third theory is focused more on cultural beliefs and religious beliefs. In 1518, people were thought that God and saints had all the power, that sin could bring physical punishment. Rituals were a big part of their life. So the dancing part might not have just been a mental or physical, it could have been a shared religious or cultural reaction, which made it worse by the fear of superstition. Why does this still matter? The Dancing Plague of 1518 isn't just a creepy fictional story from the past. It's real. It actually shows how stress and belief could cause the human body to change in truly strange ways. Even today, we don't fully understand what happens. But one thing is clear, when people are overwhelmed, isolated, and afraid, their body could react in shocking ways. The real plague might not have been the dancing at all. It may have been fear itself. Thank you.